Hello to all you Cancerians. Here's your yearly horoscope. I will do my best to, because it's tons of information here, to just give you the biggest things that are going on and explain those for you Cancerians for 2017. For all of us, again, these are general energies, right? For all of us, it seems that 2017 is a tiny little bit less difficult. Tiny little bit, so a bit more relaxing, and that is because, and I'll start with that, we have now a bit more stability. So even though we have problems, or we can have problems in our individual lives, there seems to be more stability. And for you Cancerians, this is about the Saturn-Uranus trine. It's peaking in May and November, but you feel it the whole year. And I already mentioned it in December time of 2016. What is this all about? For you, Cancerians, it's a lot about work. And if you work and your day-to-day life, or your health, or both. And it's a positive aspect. So Saturn has been for a long time in Sagittarius. It still is. I mean, it shifts only on the 21st of December. So I'm not going to talk about the Saturn in Capricorn. That's for the year after, in 2018. That will be interesting for you, and a reality check again for when it comes to relationships. For you Cancerians seem to be really having reality check after reality check when it comes to relationships. But I'll talk about that in a minute. First, about work. So the Saturn in your 6th house is really restructuring, and probably last year it wasn't very easy to be content when it comes to work. That's Saturn in the 6th, you know. It might give you more work and harder work, or just more difficult to deal with, or having colleagues that are a bit nagging and then a bit grumpy. Or it's about your health that, you know, was a bit less energetic than usual. There is a possibility that this changes a lot during this year in 2017, because although Saturn is there, still there, it trines Uranus now. And that's a huge shift. It trines Uranus in your 10th house. Uranus is in your 10th house for a long time, and it still is about when you apply, when you want to do something when it comes to work, your life path, your destiny, do it in a different way. Do something unusual. That's basically the best advice for you Cancerians. But now it seems that there is a stability between the structure that you had, or maybe the restoration that you needed to do, or the restructuring, or the restrictions you had at work, and now the innovation and liberty that's coming towards you with the freedom. So a lot of Cancerians will feel more free at the workplace. It's also good to start your own business if you want to do that, because there's a balance between stability and between innovation and creativity, because that's needed, isn't it? If you want to have your own business and you want to stand out, you need to be creative. But as I said, probably many times Cancerians are extremely creative people. So when it comes to work, it doesn't look bad at all. Doesn't look bad at all. So if you want to shift, it could mean that a lot of Cancerians are going to shift work, but not drastically. So they're going to keep what is good. They're going to keep their talents. They're going to keep their the things that they've learned, but they want something else, or they want a new project, or something that is more a bit innovative. So this is really favored for you Cancerians, really good. Another thing is of course still Pluto in your opposite sign. So the Cancerians who've got planets between 16 to 19 degrees will feel that the most. So you transform through a significant other person. Through a significant other person that might not be the easiest person. But there's a reason for that. And with not the easiest person, I mean that it's impossible, as I said in our other videos in last month's the monthly horoscope, it's impossible to influence. It's impossible to try to manipulate your loved one. It's impossible to try to control them, you know. again, there is this huge transformation if you let them be in their own power, and you could be very empowering another person as well and getting your power from that. So it's all about how you look upon things. But the stronger as you feel, the less need you will have to feel about controlling other people. This is emphasized this year with Jupiter. In end of March and August, Jupiter squares Pluto. And Jupiter is in Libra in your 4th house. So it seems to be that a lot of Cancerians deal with this in a better way now. It's like they're feeling more emotionally stable, which is Jupiter in your 4th house, which is fantastic for you Cancerians. It's up until the 11th of October there, so that's great. And then Jupiter shifts in your 5th house of self-expression from 11th of October. 11 is Dutch. You don't understand Dutch, of course, if you're watching these videos. Maybe some of you. The 11th of October up until the rest of the year, Jupiter in your 5th, it's very good to have a new project, to start an own business, to have kids, to enjoy yourself more than ever. That's Jupiter in your 5th house. So that's more towards the end of the year. But that Jupiter there in your 4th house squaring up to Pluto is simply you learn so much from that other person, and it gives you in a way an emotional stability, and you grow faster and understand yourself more on a psychological level. That's what it's all about. That's what Cancerians are at their best. When they're emotionally secure, they are like such great supporters of other people. That's basically what you're here for. I mean, in a big way, Cancer is to support others, to make them feel that it's okay what they are doing, and empowering them. That's a big one in 2017 with this Pluto Jupiter. That same Jupiter opposes Uranus. I already talked about that. Home and family, there is like more freshness coming up there. Maybe a bit of a struggle every now and then to have that balance, but still finding a lot of meaning in doing both, in the equilibrium between work and family, which is so important for you Cancerians. The Venus retrograde, by the way, happens for you again in that workplace house, or not only work, it's also what, you know, if you don't work, it's about how do you want to be seen by others. And Venus goes retrograde in that 10th house, again aspecting Uranus, Jupiter, and so on. And that will happen in March up until June. So no Mars retrograde this year, but Venus retrograde. This is a shift of values when it comes to your work, indirectly when it comes to your home. So on a lot of key areas of your life, for Cancerians, it's possible to change. It's possible to ask for a promotion. It's better after Venus goes direct again. So we'll talk about that in the monthlies. But there is you reflecting about jobs, you reflecting about what you like, what you don't like. That's Venus. Could also mean someone that you fall in love with at work as well. So if you're looking for love, yeah, could be at the workplace, But again, take it slow, because this Venus goes retrograde. So you're going to not jump into that relationship because Venus goes very slow there in the very fiery, passionate sign of Aries. So, of course the Mercury retrogrades, I'm not going to mention these because there's not really an emphasis for you there, except for January. There's a Mercury retrograde in your 7th house of relationships again. So it seems to me that a lot of Cancerians are finding their emotional stability in 2017 more than ever. But it's through reality checks with significant people in your life. It's also through doing something new, unusual when it comes to their work. So there is a possibility for new jobs, for better jobs. And with better, I mean not directly earning more or whatever could be, but it's about what suits you better. And if you can be independent, you need that, you Cancerians. You need that with Uranus in your 10th, you need to be independent. You can also work for someone who just is very yeah, do your thing. That's perfect for you Cancerians. And then last but not so, again, on relationships, when you're really authentic, wow, they're gonna be like that. When you're not, they're really gonna be like that. But let's assume that you're trying to do the best you can. You can't do any more, can you? And then last but not least, the eclipses are falling, lots of them are falling in February, August, in one in Pisces, and then in Leo and Aquarius. So that's for you, the value houses. So there could be a shift in work, in money. There could be an improvement of money. There could be a shift in money. There could be also a shift in your talents. You, when you have neglected them, you find them back, and also your confidence. There is a shaking up of your confidence of what you think is important and what is not, and how you deal with that. With if you are in a relationship as well. Having said that, it's as I said, it's not about Mondador for you Cancerians. Make the best out of it. Make the best out of it. Oh, and last but not least, did I say that already? Yeah. At the end of October, or at the beginning of October, the 11th, Jupiter in your 5th house. Wow, trining Neptune there. Nice. That's nice. That's yeah, I already said that. Getting creative. I already said that. And more and compassionate, but you're already, you know, Cancerians do understand other people, don't they? Having said that, I wish you a very, very good year, and see you in the monthlies. Bye bye.